Hello, friends, and welcome to the very first episode of An Imperfect Mess Living for the Lord. I'm Charlotte, a wife, a mom, a grams, and most importantly, a daughter of the King. I am a woman who has been broken, restored, and held together by God's grace more times than I could ever count. I started this podcast because somewhere along the way, between the roles, the expectations, the giving, and the consistent trying, I realized I began to lose myself. Not in the titles, not mom, not wife, not grams, but the woman underneath all of that. The woman God created, the woman He still calls by name. And maybe you feel that too. Maybe you've had seasons where you're smiling on the outside but quietly falling apart on the inside. Maybe you whispered, Lord, I'm trying, but I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed, and I feel like I'm failing. Friend, sisters, I've been there. To be honest, I still find myself there sometimes. I'd like to share a scripture with you from the King James Version. In Isaiah 43 and 2, it says, When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. God never said you wouldn't face deep waters. He said you wouldn't drown. He never promised a life without fire. He promised the flames will not consume you. For every woman listening right now, for every heart that is overwhelmed, broken, tired, or quietly wondering if God still sees and hears her, this podcast is His reminder to you. You will walk through it, but you will not walk through it alone. This is a space for real women with real struggles. For the woman who loves God deeply but feels lost in the chaos of life. For the woman who gives and gives until she forgets who she is. For the woman who wants to live for the Lord even when her life feels like a mess. Here, we don't pretend. We don't hide those hard places. We show up honest, emotional, flawed, imperfect, and still fully worthy of God's love. I'm not an expert. I'm not a preacher's wife. I don't hold a PhD. I am simply a woman who loves God and has failed Him many times. A woman who has cried, broken down, prayed through storms, failed, but kept going. Not because I am strong, but because God is faithful. As a daughter of the King, a wife, a mom, and a grams, my prayer is that this becomes a place where you can breathe again, where you can remember who you are, where you stop feeling guilty for being human, and where God meets you exactly where you are. My prayer today is that each episode whispers to your heart, Daughter, you are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are still loved. You are still chosen. You are still my daughter. Even on the days you feel like an imperfect mess. Thank you for being here for the very first episode. And thank you for opening your heart and allowing me to speak into it. I pray that you feel seen. I pray that you feel heard. I pray that you feel encouraged. And most of all, I pray that you know deep down that you are still held by God. I'm Charlotte, a wife, a mom, a grams, but most importantly, a daughter of the King. And this is an imperfect mess living for the Lord. Stay strong, stay encouraged, And I will see you in the next episode where I share a little bit of my testimony. God bless.